Oh, hello everyone. So I'm back, and yeah, starting the Ludum Dare 38. I'll go ahead and get my bit bucket started up here. So yeah, I was feeling a little bit of burnout, so I just had to lay down for a couple hours. Just watched E League on my PlayStation View DVR. Pretty good stuff there. Reminds me of the old shows that they used to have on G4 video game competition. Seems like on G4 they had Arena with that Pereira guy and some other guys. I guess I didn't have too many actual competitions, but yeah, I missed the old days of G4. I actually have a G4 archive on YouTube. I've been watching a lot of old episodes of Icons, which was a really good show that goes into the history of some of the, I don't know, game developers and game companies and other things. So had the Knoxville Game Design kickoff meeting for Ludum Dare tonight with Dylan and Joe and his family. And yeah, they announced the theme at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, which is a small world. So I had the idea that you're like the planet. I'm really off center here. Okay, there I am. I was seeing the preview and it didn't look very centered up at all. Yeah, I tried to make the little preview face of me a little bit smaller so I could show more of my desktop. So the theme was a small world. And I was thinking, and just out of the blue, I was like, oh yeah, I kind of like the small world theme. And that ended up being the theme. Because in the final round of voting, you really can't tell which theme is any higher ranked than any other one at the time. So yeah, it turned out that was the theme. I was thinking of like doing a globe creature like the planet Earth, and I'm thinking of like Globey from Pee-wee's Playhouse, but maybe this guy's gonna have arms and legs. And they asked me, I was like, oh well, what type of game is it going to be? I was like, I don't know. I just want to use a globe as a character. But then I was like, I haven't done a fighting game. It'd be cool if you could use the planet Earth as a fighter in a fighting game. So this is going to be World Fighter. Create repository. What I thought would be really funny is if what would be cute. Let me get this. Starting from scratch. I need the URL. So I'm going to take this and go to... what was this? Source Tree by Atlassian. Really good for interacting with Bitbucket archives. And I want to clone. I had some new screenshots for Minor Madness. New screenshots. Okay, go ahead and push those. Yeah, so I made some updates earlier to Minor Madness. I don't think I streamed it. And I didn't update the copy that I submitted to GM48. I just made those changes and submitted those to Itch.io. So I'm not making any changes past the deadline or anything. But I did put the game on Itch.io and GameJolt which I went in and I fixed a lot of the collision detection issues that were with the quote-unquote compo version of Minor Madness. So it should be a lot stabler, more stable now. So I want to get that. I want to put it in projects. E.L.D. Smith, projects. Then World Fighter. Clone. But I don't think this is going to be a one-on-one fighting game. It's going to be more like a final fight fighting game where you're going down the street. So what I thought would be cute is call it World Fighter, the Street Warrior. Because in Street Fighter 2, the original version was called Street Fighter, the World Warrior. So you'd just be changing the words street and world, which I thought would be cute. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to name the whole thing World Fighter, the Street Warrior. But I think it would be cool if he could walk down like a old school beat 'em up, like the Ninja Turtle games and all that, where you're beating up other planets and cosmic enemies. So I think I cloned this. Let me check it out. Yeah, so I'm kind of burnt out. I had to lay down for a few hours. It just wasn't feeling it at all. But I couldn't go to sleep. It's 3:24 Eastern time right now. I could not go to sleep because I wanted to get something done. So I think if I go in here and just get my little character moving around, and maybe I got some ideas for how to do the collisions, the hits with the other. I'm thinking like have maybe like your body will be a capsule collider, then your two fists will be sphere colliders, and I guess your 2 feet will also be sphere colliders. But I want to be able to turn off whether or not those spheres are active, whether those are active punches or kicks. So I've never really done a fighting game, beat 'em up in that style. I've done a lot of shoot 'em ups, but not beat 'em up. So I guess it'd be similar. So I guess your hands and feet would be like projectiles, like the missiles or whatever to shoot 'em up. I guess it would be similar, although the difference is these projectiles are attached to your body. But that's just like a visual thing. I mean, they could be, I'm assuming they could be missiles or bullets or pellets, as far as the game engine is concerned. So, talking too much. Go to projects. And I gotta go all the way down. It's like one of my last ones, World Fighter. Yay! So this is where it gets weird because I already had. I wish I could just make like this private or something. Property. Hidden. I wonder if I can just make that hidden for a second. Apply. I'm gonna make that hidden. Okay, I can't see it. So now, this may be the way I start doing future projects. Because if you try to create a Unity project there, then it's going to say, oh, this folder isn't empty. Please select the different folder. So then you got to create a new folder and copy it into this folder, and it's a real pain in the rear end. So I think maybe, the only bad thing is I can't see that file anymore. View, is there an advanced options? Change. Like every version of Windows, they change how to show hidden files, which is really annoying. Show hidden files. Okay, so I can see the mercurial. So I'm going to see if this works. New. This isn't Note Chomper. This is World Fighter. Projects. World Fighter. Create project. Hey, it created it, I think. No, it created a new folder, which isn't what I wanted. That's got everything in here. So I guess that really didn't. I still gotta fix this, which is annoying. Hidden. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I gotta do the loop-de-loop. Okay, that's great. Close this. Go into here. Get these. Copy. And no cut. Go into here. Paste here. Delete World Fighter. Now I gotta go back, open it up, but it's not gonna know where it is because I moved it. On disk. Open. World Fighter. Okay. Thank you. Just like setup takes so long. So I don't know if I'm going to have like a level definition. I may just like lay out the levels. I usually don't do that, but I have a feeling I may want to do that this time. I think I may be crunched for time with this game as well. I don't know if I'm going to have the full 48 hours. I'm already a little bit slow starting this game, and I've got an issue with one of my vehicles that I got to do something with Sunday, so that's going to take a few hours to take care of that. So I may not be able to like work all the way up until the submission period like I usually do. Okay, I've never did like multiple scenes for a game before, really. Maybe I need to do it for this one. Create 3D. Yeah, my brain just is not working right now. Plane. It'd be nice, like, if I did it like my Delivery Kid game, where I just built sections of the world and put them side by side. I think that would work pretty well. Or I could randomly generate each section of the world. So, how do I want to do this? 3D object. I think I want to do a cube. Those generally work better. And empty. I'm going to call this street. So I have a street object. Or a block. Not like a block, but a street block. So I'm going to have a cube in the street. And the cube, let's make it, I want it standard size. So I'm going to go into Blender. And I don't know, 5 by 10 or something. I don't know. So here's my street. G, Z, -1. 5. Scale X 5. I'm just picking values now. Scale Y 5. So this could be like a chunk of the street. I don't know if that's big enough though. 5 by 5 may be good enough. I don't know. Then I could like randomize chunks of street. G X 2. Oops. Scale X2. I can always just like not use it all. Scale Y2. So it's 10, should be 10 by 10 by 2. Oh, 20 by 20. That might be a little bit too big. No! Why did it do that? I don't want to reset everything. Wow. GZ -1. GX5. GY5. Nope. Scale Y5. So this is 10 by 10 by 2. But I think I'm going to go 1. Z, select these, G, Z1. So now it's only 1 unit deep. So this is my street block. Then I can like texture this up later. File, save as, up, world, fighter, assets, models. So this is going to be street block. It's always better to start with, especially these cubes, to start with the model. Just any Blender model is fine. But using the default mesh renderer will really mess you up. Don't want to do that. But do want to keep the collider. Then models, I'm going to take the street block. Put it on there. Actually, I could just put the street block here. Delete the cube. Then I want to add physics box collider. See if it automatically, see if it puts it in the right place. See, looks like it did pretty good. Wow, I'm kind of surprised it actually fitted. Like the only thing that's off is the center. It should be -5. No, 5. No, 0. Yeah, 0. Z is -5. 10. And here it has 10, 0, 0, and then 1. So there's the street block. I want to create my little character. Now with the capsule colliders, you really don't have to worry about it. Create 3D object capsule. Move him up. Now I always get confused if I want to use the physics to move him around or translates to move him around. Seems like translates, you get into weird conditions with moving into walls and stuff. So it's always nice. So I'm going to call this player. So I don't get confused. I'm going to go ahead and do a 3D object. Let's say a cube. Parent the cube. And we're going to scale him down. Scale him out. And move him forward. That way I know which way that guy is pointing. I don't need a box collider. I do need a mesh renderer. That's a little bit too far out. I just need something to tell me which way this guy is pointing when I'm testing the game until I add the actual models. So yeah, I anticipate having multiple of these blocks lined up together. Press play. Looks good. We got a scene. I'm gonna look down. Get a good perspective here. Like good old Street Fighter, or not Street Fighter, but Final Fight. Actually, this could be a little bit higher. Oh, and I do need to change the view. That looks good. So, main camera, game object, move to view, game object, align with view. So, that looks pretty good. Then I'll have like buildings in the background. Play. That looks good. So now I need play. I'm definitely going to use Playmaker again this time. Last time I did a game completely without using Playmaker, and oh my goodness, I had so many scripts. It was crazy. So hopefully the asset store is working now. Yay! That's the reason. Last time the asset store was down, I was like, well, hey, I can still write a game without using Playmaker. And I can, but yeah, it isn't fun. It just takes a lot longer, and you can't, it's a lot harder to track states. you actually have to write a bunch of stupid, like, float variables to track how much time has elapsed, and that's not fun. Import. Go ahead and so install, go ahead. Wow, version 1.84. There was a version released March 31, just last month. Import. See, they need to make this a little bit easier where it just like has one stupid install. I feel like I'm going through 2 separate installs. And it seems to take quite a while to unpack all these DLLs and everything. I don't know if I can be like working on buildings or something in the meantime while that's loading. Can I work on enemies? So I think the enemies will be the same. They'll have like little colliders on their hands. I don't know about the feet. Maybe I'll just do punches, punch, punch. Those are 2 colliders. I was thinking about doing like a Mike Tyson style game. That would be kind of fun. I don't know. I'm kind of set on the beat 'em up Final Fight Streets of Rage right now. Which I never played much Streets of Rage, but I think it's pretty similar to Final Fight. It's like, why is it downloading OpenGL when I'm not using OpenGL? Yeah, I could be like doing fonts or title screen or something right now. But I really can't do the title screen until I get Playmaker installed. Because I use Playmaker to track the state of the title screen. But I don't know if I'm using the UI components. Maybe I don't need. I think I still need. It makes things like don't destroy on load a little bit easier. Like if I want to have a copyright image or text, and if I don't use Playmaker, then I got to create an entire script just for doing don't destroy on load, which I think is kind of stupid. But it's one thing I liked. I did a Game Maker game last weekend. It's one nice thing about Game Maker. You can just say, hey, create a script on this object, and it's only associated with that one object. You don't have to wire it up or anything like that. It just lives on that object, and you don't have to worry. You still have to create. And that's the one thing that's annoying. You still got to create like an action. Create on the create event and on the tick event. You got to create the scripts, but it like resides right there on that object. You don't have the script one place and your object another place, and you don't have to drag it over. See, why does it keep asking me? It's like, just install Playmaker. This is a brand new Unity project. So yeah, if I can just get this guy moving around, maybe punching or something, then I'll probably be pretty happy. Then I can get some sleep. And then come back tomorrow afternoon and do some real work on this. But yeah, I've really hit burnout. I was doing a game jam within a game jam last weekend. So I did the Minor Madness, and then while I was doing the other Note Chomper, so I finished Minor Madness in 48 hours. Did the small little changes this afternoon. And then I also finished Note Chomper up. I'm putting it on the shelf. I released it on itch.io, so anybody that wants to play it can go play it on itch.io. But yeah, I need like a few weeks, maybe a month break from game development after this one. I'm really feeling the burnout. Oh, so the first thing I need to do. See, it seems like these are backwards. Or maybe this is too big. Let's go in, create a folder, create folder, and editor. So this is I'm pretty sure this is a publicly available script that I have. I think I put it in my tools, Unity tools. tool. I'm not sure if it's these tools. Unity editor. Yeah, I need this one. Autosave. So it really isn't even a part of the game. It's just in the project. So it automatically saves whenever I press play to debug. Because if you press play and you got an infinite loop, then your whole Unity crashes and you can't save. And you lose all your work since the last time you saved. So, scenes. Go ahead and call this game. So you can see that it automatically saved when I press play. So that looks pretty good. Now I need to do control. So I got my playmaker, got my editor. Wish it didn't keep popping that up. I know you can turn off it popping up all the time. So create. Oh, I don't have anything selected. Player. Add FSM. Wow. I miss Playmaker so much. Movement FSM. Wow, this just makes things so much easier. Movement. I could just call it move. Action. So there was like a translate XYZ. Forget if it's in input or transform. There's like get axis input, get axis vector. So I got that. Wow, this makes things so much easier. So make this 5. Store vector variables. I'm just going to call it position. Float. Vector 3. Add. Stored in position. Action. Translate. Just got to click it once, I guess. Vector position. So I think that's all I need. Okay, so moving left and right. These are backwards. Oh no, it's in relation to my character. So I want to rotate this guy. I think I need this in world coordinates. Oh, it's backwards. Down, up. Forward, backwards. That's interesting. That is very... So that's backwards and that's backwards. So if I press up, that's a positive Z, which is going toward the camera. That makes sense. But why is X going to the left? That doesn't make sense. You would think positive X front. Why is positive X going to the left? I don't understand that. But that's the way like all these games seem to be set up. Like Z going into the camera. It's like Google positive Z into camera. So positive Z is into the camera. Positive Z is out of the screen. So that just seems backwards to me. So, I mean, that's easily changeable. Vector multiply. I may need to get the multiply. What is it? Ecosystem and all that. Oh, crud. I don't know why it's assigning these on a single click. I would think it would take a double. I thought it was a double click. Multiply. So I click it once, it doesn't do anything. Click it again, it doesn't do anything. So add action. Translate. Vector 3. Multiply. Pause. -1. Every frame. So that should invert everything. Okay, that's working right. So now I think I need to add a rigid body. Add component. Physics. Rigid body. Okay. I want to constrain the X and Z rotation. So it can only rotate on Y. So it fell down to my plane, then it will fall off if I walk off, which is good. Oh, man. I think I would like to add 2 little spheres to the side, which will be my arms. I could have like really long arms that punch out. I don't know about like doing the super special tornado kicks like Double Dragon and all that. Like Final Fight, you could do the little hurricane kick thing. Don't know if I'll have that working. I'm thinking I'll just stick to punches. If I can get like something special, a shoot, a fireball or something, I would be proud. Yeah, this could be like Bad Dudes, one of the first games I owned when I was a kid for the NES. So I'm going to add... It'd be nice if I could get like the properties of the... which I may be able to do later. The properties of the mesh from Unity or from Blender. 3D objects, sphere, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Left fist, first fist. I want to duplicate. Right fist. I'll zoom in here. So left fist. I'm going to make this -1. Right fist, make this 1. I don't know if they should be a little bit smaller. Sphere collider. Let's make this 0.25. For both of those. Now if I could just get the meshes. Oh, I don't want to so I need to make a mesh in Blender. File, new, File new, reload. So yeah, I guess I should have just started out this way. And yeah. Delete vertices. Create UV sphere. I want to reduce this down like 16 and 8. That's like way too much. Shading, smooth, GZ1. Looks pretty good. I don't know. Maybe I do want it high quality, since that's going to be the main thing you're looking at through the whole game. UV sphere. 32, 16. That's fine. Select all, shading, smooth, GZ1. So there's my globe character. And I want to create a UV sphere. This can be 16, 8. And select all, smooth, GX -1, scale 0.5, GZ1. Maybe this needs to come out a little bit more. GX -0.5. Shift D, GX2, GX 2.5, GX3. Maybe the hands could be moons. That would be cool. But then you would need 2 moons for Earth, which would be a little bit weird. But so this is body. This is actually going to be pretty easy to texture map because my character is a big sphere. Makes things a little bit easier. So this will be, I think this will be the right hand. Right fist. Left fist. Fish. Fist. Maybe he won't have legs. I don't know. He'll need little tiny legs. So this is already 2. GZ 0.5. So we'll have little bitty legs. Oh, I need to apply transformation to all these. Object, apply, transform, or location, yeah. Or he could just be floating, I don't know. I know he's going to have like a smiley face or something. Save as. Player. Save. Hey, Gwald, how are you? Yeah, I'm up late. I'm just trying to get something working a little bit before I go to bed. Yeah, Small World is an interesting theme. That definitely hasn't been done before. So yeah, I'm going into my player, what will be a prefab here in a second, and putting the collision detection on it. So it's gonna be like a Double Dragon Final Fight type of game where you play the world. He's gonna be a small world, and he's gonna beat up the other planets. So models, player. So that should have, yeah, body, left fist, right fist. So I can get rid of these now. So I do want to go in here and play the model. If I can open this up. I need to have something protruding outward. So that's the front. Yeah, it's just an idea now, but that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. scale Y, then GZ, GY, move it out. One, scale it some more. Okay, so now I know which way is pointing forward. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done like a Final Fight, Streets of Rage, whatever type game. I think it will be something new for me at least. Double Dragon. I thought about doing a Mike Tyson type game, Punch Out, but I'm going to stick with this. Yeah, so I explained a little bit earlier. The original Street Fighter 2 was called the Street Fighter 2, the World Warrior. So this is going to be World Fighter, the Street Warrior. But I'll probably just call it World Fighter. But yeah, I don't know how many people will pick up on that. But so player, I have a Capsule Collider. I don't know how I'm going to. Do I still want it on the capsule, or the model? I think putting colliders on the model is never a good idea. I don't know. Mesh, rigid body. I don't think I want a sphere collider. Yeah, I miss those old beat 'em up style games like the Ninja Turtle game or the Simpsons game where you just walk around and beat them all up. Player 000. So now the capsule's in the ground. So the capsule needs to come up. Y needs to be 1. Okay. Need to turn off the renderer. Remove the renderer. Okay. So, it still looks pretty darned big. Capsule radius can be 1. Actually, actually kind of looks like Y 1.5. Okay, that's spot on right there. So, yeah, if your capsule isn't tall at all, basically your capsule turns into a sphere. Which capsules, I think, work a little. I guess this would pretty much be the same as a sphere as long as I have these rotation values frozen. Otherwise, it's going to be rolling, and I don't want it to roll. So I'm going to do left fist, add. It was actually pretty good at figuring out the the collider. Oh yeah, I mentioned Bad Dudes a little bit earlier. That was like one of my first NES games. Yeah, I don't know if I have kicking in this or not, but yeah, Bad Dudes. I'll try to do a gameplay video of Bad Dudes sometime soon. But I remember fighting Karnov at the end of the first stage, which is another game that I played when I was a kid, and fighting on top of the truck, the speeding truck, speeding down the highway. Sphere. I'm actually amazed how well it wraps around this object without just figuring it out on its own. See, it's a little bit off. Like this should be 2, and this should be 0.5. I think I did that right. Oh no, that's way out. I guess it is minus 2.2. Yeah, I'll just leave it what it is right there. Then I want to select this one, right fist. Yeah, I never played the arcade version of Bad Dudes, but I think the arcade was a little bit better. I just seen. I don't think I ever played it. Never played it on MAME or anything, but yeah, the NES version wasn't bad. Okay, so now we have two fists and way looking forward. So I was thinking the fist could be moons, but if your player is to Earth, it's going to be kind of weird having two moons. But I don't know. Kind of like Vector Man or something here. Well, I got them moving left and right. So I'm thinking about having multiple, like this is a block object. So I have multiple blocks lined up together. So yeah, it's kind of got that. The only thing is whenever I press right, I need to whip it around. He needs to look for. I want to have Playmaker again. Oh my goodness, this is so much better. So movement. Translate. So I'm translating in world coordinates. This is a little bit different than most of the other games where I do everything in self coordinates. So, so I don't want to look up. So I can just like action browser look at. This will be very snappy, I think. Target position. I don't want him looking up vertically or into the camera or away from the camera. But let's just see if this works. So yeah, that's sort of right. Oh, but he flips back that way. That's interesting. Oh, that's very interesting right there. Why is he? I think it's because when I let up. Oh yeah, everything was ninja. What was the one? American Ninja or something? It's like a movie I watched when I was a kid. Wasn't bad. They had like 3 American Ninja movies. Remember his name was Joe or something. So what I want to do is I want to prefab up the street block. Create folder. Prefab this guy up. And delete street block. I want to do my typical level manager. Level manager. I'm going to have scripts. So this is one of those things that would be better taken care of in a script. Create folder scripts. Create C#. Oh, there were 6 American Ninja. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I only remember 3, but that doesn't surprise me. I think I saw the first. Yeah, I think I saw 1 and 3, or maybe first 3. I don't know. Level manager. Okay. Oh, I'm so tired. It's 4:07 in the morning here. But I just had to get something working, just a little bit of something, before I went to bed. So level manager, got the level manager script. Whoa. Don't know what that was. Hopefully it's nothing horrible. Public game object. Street block prefab. So this is going to be like my delivery kid game where I just have blocks together. Yeah, I usually sleep really late on the weekend. I stay up too late and I sleep really late, like past noon. But yeah, I tried going to bed. I laid down for about 2 hours after the kickoff meeting in Knoxville, Ludum Dare kickoff. We all got together at Panera and waited for the theme to be announced. And I got home. I didn't feel like working on a game. My brain feels like mush. And then I just tried to lay down for a couple hours, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to go to sleep unless I get a little bit of work done. I got to at least get the main character moving around. So what I want to do here is I want a private void load level, and I want to do load level, and I want to do an instantiate street block prefab at, let's see here, vector 3 position gets vector 3.0 position quaternion identity. So pause dot x add and assign 10. So this will probably end up being a loop or randomly generated or something. 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I got 5 blocks or 6. Yeah, I got 6 blocks now. Yeah, I'll probably be back later today. A lot later. Oh no! Why? Okay, wait. Oh, I didn't. See, this is like the stupid thing about Unity. I mean, you gotta pull in. It makes sense, but it's just so freaking repetitive. Linking these things up. Now, it'd be nice if it's like Game Maker, where in my script, if I could just reference the street block prefab by name and not have to worry about linking it up, that would be very nice. Yeah, the looking isn't quite right. And these are backwards, just because I'm trying to keep the same position as this front. I don't know why negative X is to the left. That's not very intuitive to me. You would think that positive X would be to the right. That doesn't make very much sense to me. I guess it's the way the camera, maybe it's like the upside down camera or something, I don't know. Because here, Z is going forward and X is going to the right. But in the world, Z is going to positive Z. Where is it? Yeah, wait. Positive Z is going out of the screen. So this is going into the screen, this is going out of the screen. So positive Z goes out of the screen. That doesn't make much sense, but apparently that's the way the default camera is set up and the way games are supposed to be made, I guess. But I don't know, this is going to confuse the heck out of me if I don't change the camera. Because I will not be able to wrap my head around X being positive X going to the left. Yeah, that's the way I've always done things. But by default, the camera, the positive X is to the right, but that's different from the world coordinates. So the world coordinates go to the left. I really don't understand that. So the camera, like the blue is the Z, and the red is the X. So you would think that positive X would be to the right, but if you look at the little doohickey here, it says that positive X is to the left. So I could move the camera around to this side, then everything would make sense, I think. But it still bugs me, especially after I looked it up on this post. It said, yeah, Unity world coordinates X to left or right. Unity is a left-handed, so I think left-handed means everything's like backwards and everything. Unity uses a left hand. It must be because Unity's made like by the French or something, and they're weird. I don't know. There was only a place for Unity observations. So yeah, I mean that's a good thing to know. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like looking into like a mirror, like you said there, Wald. It's like which hand is your right hand? Like from someone else, your right side is your left side, but from my perspective, this is my right hand. But from someone facing me, this is my right hand on this side, but it's really my left hand. So it's all like point of view. So the end of it is these need to be subtracting the signs. Oh, instantiate T. Oh yeah, I haven't used Maya 3D, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if Blender. I'm assuming Blender is right-handed. I don't. Blender right-handed or left. I know that up is different. Like in Unity, up is Y, and Blender up is Z. Left or right. I know I didn't type that in right. Right-handed coordinate system. So that's an extra level of complexity. But the good thing is like whenever you import a Blender model, it kind of Blender Z is up. Uh, yeah. Like I remember, like you grab the axis in whatever way your hand is pointing, then that's whether it's left-handed or right-handed. But at least when Blender, you import your model, usually it fixes all that for you, and you really don't have to worry about it too much. It does the rotation for you to make everything the same. So, okay, so there's my guy. The rotation's still weird. And I just need to move my camera along. Follow player variables. Oh, I wonder if they ever added a game object find to Playmaker. Game object player. Game object add. Follow player. Oh. Find. Okay, I think this is what by name or tag. That's what I need. Object name player. Store in game object player. So now I need to set position. Because I really don't want to parent the camera to the player. That always gets ugly. Like when the player dies and I need to destroy the player, then that's going to destroy the camera as well. So that's why I don't like parenting. It makes things easier if I parent the camera to the player. It just stays locked on the player. But then you get into weird situations. Like you got to undo the parenting before you destroy the player. And like if the player dies and you need to clear their game object, then you're going to delete your camera as well. I think you can delete an object without deleting their children, but it's just simpler this way for me. So this is 5 from 7. Action. Variables. I want to add a variable called position. Vector 3. Add state. Action browser, get position. I want to use the player object and store it into position. Then I want to do vector 3 add XYZ. I want to do this every frame. To the position, I want to add 5.4 and 7. I want X to be 0. Every frame. Set position. Position. I could do a look at. I don't think I'm going to though. No! Why isn't it following? Main camera, follow player. It's like one of these things I'm not doing every frame. Yeah, set position needs to be every frame. And I think this needs to be world coordinates. Yay, now it's following. You really can't tell though. Oh, it's moving up and down. I don't know about that. I just needed to move on X. Well, if I'm gonna do like Ninja Turtles, you're locked on the Y and Z, but then you have that little side street you go down. Then you would want to unlock the Z. But I think for this game, I'll just set X. Do I have a set? So this is where Playmaker kind of stinks. It's like I just want to get the X value of position. None. So I gotta like create a whole new variable. I'll just call it X. Get position, we'll store X and X. Of course. I don't want to do this. Don't want to do this. I just want to set X to X. I don't need this. I don't even need the position vector. So that's a little bit, whoa, look at that. A little bit shaky. I need like a smooth move to that location. So on my street block, I'll pull that in, set it to 0, 0, 0. I want to add some items. 3D. Does it have a cylinder? Yeah. So I can have like trash cans and I don't know, stuff like that. Whoa. And coin meters and stuff like that. Duplicate. Duplicate. There can be items and stuff in these things. Duplicate. Oh, I need to apply. That looks pretty good. So yeah, now I'm kind of locked. The camera's locked on the X. And it seems to be a lot smoother too. Maybe there's just some weird lagginess. But I still can fall off. So I think I want to... no, I don't need to do this in Blender because it's going to be invisible. But create 2 cubes. This is what I did with the Paperboy Delivery Kid game. 3D. So this is going to be... I'll just call it Invisible Wall. Like on the far side, it can be a building or something. On the near side, you just don't even need to see it. So this is going to be scale X10? No. Z10. X1. Y5, I guess? I don't know. Y2.5. X0. Oh, X5. Okay, so that's pretty good. Let's make this 5.5. Now we're going to duplicate. And go over here. Make this negative 5.5. So we got that side. So yeah, when you play the game, you're not going to be able to see anything now. You're not going to be able to move past that either. See, this is that weird collision. Like, it tries to move you into the wall, then it moves you out. I wish it'd do the collision check before. I guess that's what you get when you use translates. Oh, that's the wrong sides. Wait. Did I do that wrong? No wonder that didn't make any sense. Well, that looks right. There's the camera. Oh, yeah, I did do it wrong. I did this completely wrong. So my original intuition was right. That's 10. This is 1. This is 10. This is 1. This is 5.5. This is 0. This is 0. And negative 5.5. So yeah, now you can't see anything. I need to apply. I'm wondering if I'm going to do like some animation type things and put the capsule, put the fist collider on the animation. So yeah, you can't see anything now, which is good. I need to have like a special block where it blocks you off from going that way. But for now, I'm just going to take these two, going to delete the mesh renderer. So now, press play. Then, whoa. Oh, I didn't apply. Apply. I can delete. So, yeah, that's basically how you create an invisible wall. So now I can't walk off that side, and I can't walk off this side. So I'm kind of constrained now. I can still go off these ends. Like that. That's because I don't have anything in the other direction. I think I'm going to go ahead and prefab the player up. So now I need to go into Level Manager. Create street blocks. Create player. Instantiate player prefab. Zero, zero, zero. Public game object player prefab. Save. And now I need to drag the player prefab over here once it finishes loading. Come on, there we go. Player. You wouldn't think it would take that long. So yeah, there's my player prefab. So now I can destroy him and put a new one in and all that good stuff. I don't know why the rotation doesn't work correctly. Player, move. I think I may need a script to do this. So things like this may be better done with scripts. Create player script. But I need a way to tell which way he's going. Prefab. If anything else, I'll go ahead and drag. Okay, drag him out here. Scripts. Player script onto there. Apply. I do need a script for like tracking the health and all that. But I might be able to use the nifty Unity meter bar. Player. Public int I health. It's interesting. He's orbiting. Look at that. Yeah. Go back to player. So this is like where I need an if-then statement. Pause. Oh, man. I can, like, reach into Unity or FlameMaker and grab this variable, I'm pretty sure. I can also reach into a script from FlameMaker, which I may need to do here. So call method. Behavior is player and player script. Can I drag that? Yes. Method is public void rotate player vector 3 dot move direction. The parameters is going to be position. Actually, it's move. It's not the greatest name. If move direction dot x is less than 0.1 f, game object transform dot set rotation. Game dot rotation. Wait, what am I for transform dot rotation gets quaternion dot identity. I know there's got to be a better way to do this. Game object transform dot rotate vector 3 dot up. So you're going to go to the left. It's going to be, I want to say 180. This is where all the coordinate systems really mess with you. $180. Doesn't seem like it's calling it. Every frame. Maybe that's 90. T70. Else if move direction dot x is greater than 0.1 f. We're going to set to identity and 180. Actually, I should keep a actually, I need to freeze in Y because I'll manually handle the rotation. I need to keep a variable, just rotation, so it'll keep rotating to whatever direction it's rotated. That's weird. T70. I think it's like trying to rotate too much or something. It's probably doing collision on every time it tries to rotate. It's weird how it goes back to that default location. I think these are backwards. 270, 90. So I think I just want to have public float f angle. F angle. Oops. F rotate angle. F rotate angle gets 270. F rotate angle gets 90. Then on every frame, we're going to set it to rotate, get the identity, then rotate to F rotate angle. So it'll keep rotating. It'll keep it in the same point in the same direction until you start going the other direction. And I could actually handle those on key presses, which may be better than this movement vector. Right, it feels pretty good. But still got this weirdness where it goes to the other side, snaps back to the other side. Less than 0, greater than 1, greater than 0. So it's these fractions of a float. Just that one little bit causes it to flip. Okay, that seems to work there. So I can move around down to here. And it's like an old school fighter where you can only move left or right. So, oh, the camera's not working! What's wrong with the camera? Why did the camera stop working? Where's all my stuff? Oh, I guess I deleted all that stuff. Did it just like barf because it can't find player? Oh, that's why it's... I need a stupid find game object on every frame. Why can't I do this on every frame? That like ruins everything. Because the player doesn't exist yet. So this gets executed before the player gets created. So this never gets set because there's not a find game object on every frame. Yeah, this is one of the downsides to Playmaker. I wonder if it's in the ecosystem. Find game object to every frame. You can always add your own custom actions, but that's a little bit of a headache. I can create a method, but then I got to create a whole new script. I can put it on Level Manager, I think. Maybe not. Oh yeah, I should be able to do that. Call method. So on Level Manager, going to get player, public, game object, get player, return game object dot find player. Oh, it could also be because it's called like player clone whatever. Cloned. Let me try that. Game object GOBJ gets game object instantiate the player GOBJ.name gets player. Now that could be the reason why, not because it hasn't been created yet. It's just because it's looking for player when it was actually called game player with clone in stupid parentheses. I don't know why they do that. Nope, still doesn't find them. Oh, maybe did I disable that? Main camera. Nope. Go ahead and minimize. So yeah, now it's just called player. So if you look in over here, behavior player. No, I want main camera. Player, find game object, player. I think it's set to none. Yeah, none. Okay. So, I do have to do this. Get player, return game object, find player. So the only reason I'm doing this is because I need to do this every frame. So pull my level manager into here, get player, store result in GOBJ player every frame. So maybe the first time it doesn't get it and it's null or none, but I don't think that should crash anything. I think it'll just say, okay, yeah, it might complain, but okay, so now you can see the camera's following the player again. Still a little bit jerky. Should be like a smooth follow or something like that. But yeah, he can't fall off. He's moving down. Soon he'll be beating up planets and things like that. He'll be swinging fist, moon fist, and all that good stuff. Okay, I'm tired. It's almost 5 a.m. I'm calling it a night. Oh, 2 people in the chat room. Well, I appreciate everyone watching. And yeah, hopefully I have something more tomorrow to show. Save scenes. Or not tomorrow, but later today, I suppose. April 22nd. Okay, I'll be back later.